Hello. This is part 2 of the Putnam article. The black cat is on break. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do the handheld video thing, so I thought I'd try it out. I finished the article, and basically what he said was all of our brains can't be in vats because then we wouldn't have anything to refer to. Like if we never came into contact with reality, because we were all brains in the vats, then we wouldn't be able to come up with reality, or we wouldn't be able to talk about reality. Because we don't know reality. Like if I were to say this is a dice, which you might notice something interesting about this dice. If I've never actually come across a real dice in my whole life, the brain in the vat saying, hey, there's dice here, he wouldn't actually be referring to dice. He's referring to nothing, because there's no real dice. But then there's the problem. What about once a brain in the vat says, hey, I'm a brain in a vat? Wouldn't be able to say it because it wouldn't be true, because he's never come across a brain in a vat, a real brain in a vat before, because he's never come across reality. So he wouldn't be able to say that. And he wouldn't be able to say, I might be in a situation similar to a brain in a vat, because he's never come across reality. It's impossible to say it. It's just one of those things you can never really know for sure. Then there's also the problem of how can you think up of an idea of there is a dice here if you don't know what a dice is, because you've never been out of the brain, or you've never been out of the vat. So you don't have a concept dice to say, hey, this thing here is a dice. Putnam also brings up ideas like that. There was this guy, if he was thinking in Japanese, but it's gibberish to him because he doesn't have the idea. He doesn't know Japanese, so it doesn't mean anything to him. It's just gibberish. Also, if I came across this one day, I didn't know what dice was. It would just be this bizarre cube thing with dots on it. This also brings up the whole Matrix thing. If anyone uses the idea that, oh, you could be in the Matrix, reality could be all fake. Well, the thing is that the thing connecting them in the back of the head, that had to be real to get them there in the first place. So there had to be a reality to put them there. And then, well, even though they never actually escaped the Matrix, because Zion and all that just happens to be the Matrix also, and no one ever escapes the Matrix. That wasn't in the movie. It was in the book, though. I've never read the book. I heard about it. It still doesn't disprove reality, because there's still a reality. They're just being manipulated, illusioned. Their senses are telling them the truth. Their ability to tell what their senses are telling them has been disrupted. There's still a reality. It's like people say, oh, reality is not real because your senses can be tricked. Like there's illusions. Well, I don't think that your senses really fail you in those cases. It's just that your ability to understand what the information your senses are telling you is what's failing. That's sort of the problem. So I think there's still the brain in the vat thing doesn't really prove that there's no existence. And I also thought another thing about the brain in the vat. It seems to be more what would happen. This feels more like dreaming. Like if you were really a brain in the vat, it'd be like sleeping. So I wonder, in this real world here, there is physics. You know, you drop this thing, it falls. Well, there's gravity. All of reality is pretty stable. And I'm wondering how that could be possible if you're a brain in the vat. How it could be that you could have really stable reality. 'Cause to me, it seems like it would be a dream, or like a dream. Just sort of a little random. Not some people might not get this because Really understand what I'm saying? You have to be like me and have very vivid, sharp, colorful dreams once in a while, where it really seems like you're there until unusual things happen that you know can't really happen. But really, if you're a brain in the vat, what would stop it from being like your reality to be like a dream? If you were in a vat, what would stop things from being like that? I don't think anything really would, unless you're being controlled by something outside of the vat. But the brain in the vat argument says that all sentient beings are in the vat. So I don't know. It'd have to be God himself, I guess, would have to be controlling the vats for it to be so orderly. And there's not much more to it than that. Putnam spent the last several pages saying the same thing, which is basically that you can't be in the brain in the vat, because if you never come across reality, you can never speak about reality truthfully. Well, that's all. Bye.